Hello, scholars. It's Mr. Esquivel. Today I'm going to share with you a new story called The Squiggle, written by Carole Lexa Schaefer and illustrated by Pierre Morgan. So Carole Lexa Schaefer is the author. She wrote the story. And Pierre Morgan is the illustrator, which means he drew the pictures. Now the word squiggle means a short line that turns and loops in random directions. So here we see a little girl smiling on the front cover, and she's holding a red string, and the string is shaped like a squiggle. There are also some art activities that are already included in the book. We will probably do one of those, but let's jump right into the story. The Squiggle by Carole Lexa Schaefer and illustrated by Pierre Morgan. My teacher says, time to walk to the park. So, as always, off we go in a bunched up, slow, tight, straight line. I am last. No one else sees what I see on the sidewalk. I grab it. Slither, slish. It could be the dance of a big, scaly dragon. Or push a pat, the top of a long, great wall. Snap, ta-da! Maybe it's the path of a circus acrobat. Or crack, crickle, hiss, the sky trail of popping fireworks. Tug, kaboom. It might be the poof of a stormy thundercloud. Or ripple, shh, the circle of a deep, still pool. Or even a whoosh, the rise of the full, fat moon. Not so far ahead, I see my teacher and my class shuffling along. Wait, I call, look. Everyone turns around. I show the dragon, the wall, the acrobat. The fireworks, the storm cloud, the pool, and the moon. Everyone is smiling. Hooray! They cheer and grab on too. Then off we go to the park in our slither, slish, push a pat, snap, ta-da, crack, crickle, hiss, tug, kaboom, ripple, shh, a whoosh. Squiggle of a line. And that, my friends, is the end. Now I'm going to grab some art supplies here, and we'll go ahead and do this activity in just a second. Okay, so I'm back here with some art supplies. Now, in the book, there's an activity that requires a piece of string and some red paint. I'm gonna go ahead and try that right now, but I'm also gonna show you how to do this with just a pencil or with a red crayon and a pencil, just in case you don't have any paint or you don't wanna get the paint out. Brush here, and watch this. I'm going to drag, see that? Drag the string through the bristles of the brush to get some paint on there. That made it easier. So what you want to do is get some paint all over your string, and then we're going to just lay it down in a squiggle. So I'm thinking that what I'll do next, and I'll actually wind up with 2 squiggles here. I'm gonna put another piece of paper on top of it. How about that? And press down. That way we're sure to get a nice dark red squiggle. Look at that. 2 squiggles. 2 identical squiggles. The reflections of each other. You see that? Now, what we need to do is look at these squiggles the way that the little girl in the story looked at the squiggles and use our imaginations to see what we could turn them into. Now, before I say anything else that I see, maybe right now you're looking at the video and you're seeing something that you could turn this into. But feel free to turn your paper over, to rotate your paper. You guys seeing anything? Maybe a dinosaur. Maybe this could be the head, a long neck. The body, this could be one of the legs. Then I could draw myself a tail or something. I don't know. See a lot of different things there. I'm gonna come back to it because while that's drying, before I can start drawing on it anyway, it needs to dry. So while that's drying, let me show you how to do it if you don't have any paint or string or you don't want to get your paint and string out. So you'll need your red crayon. There it is. You could even just do it with a pencil or a pen. And the best way to do this is to close your eyes. That way you don't accidentally draw something that you already know how to draw. So I'm gonna close my eyes. I know you can't see me because I'm off camera, but my eyes are closed and I'm going to just give it one loop here. I'm gonna go up a little bit, maybe a loop here, and stop. And there's my squiggle. So I actually like the crayon squiggle better than my string squiggle. Putting the paint on the string was fun, but I think I can do more with this squiggle here. Let me just make sure my paper is nice and straight. And the other beautiful thing about doing it with just the crayon and not the paint is that I don't have to waste any time. I can get right to it and start making something out of it. So here's my bucket of pencils that I keep nearby. So I'll just grab a pencil out of there. So what I'm gonna go for is a T-Rex with butterfly wings. So I sort of see this T-Rex shape here. The tail might come out here, some legs, his little T-Rex arms, his mouth and teeth here. And then this big loop here looks like a butterfly wing to me, or like a fairy wing. So I might put another one right there. But let's see how it comes out. Let's give it a shot. So I always think a good place to start when you're drawing an animal or a cartoon animal is with the eyes, so we can kind of figure out what sort of T-Rex this is going to be. If we wanted to make him sort of a more menacing T-Rex, we might put a little eyebrow right there, but I think I'm gonna leave him just sort of friendly. And let's come down here, and then maybe, remember when you're drawing a dinosaur, they're kind of bird-like, so I'm gonna give him sort of a little beak, and then maybe, he's still a T-Rex though, so he's gotta have some teeth there, so let's give him some teeth like that. Bottom of his jaw, big, strong, boxy muscles in his jaw because, again, he's a T-Rex. There's his little nostril. All right, so there's our T-Rex head. Body comes down here, and then, so the tail wouldn't drag, it'd be kind of out like that. All right, so now we need to give him his legs. Now, the legs that he's walking with are big and muscular. There's the knee. How about kind of running out of space here? Let's give him, there we go. Don't worry about erasing. This is just a silly drawing. Just kind of trust your pencil to do the right thing. So I'm gonna draw this line light because I'm not sure I want to stick to it yet. So that kind of looks like a good start to his body. Now his other leg would be a little bit further forward. Just give him 3 toes. We'll stick to that. All right, now the little arms. So how about a little shoulder here, elbow here. We'll give him a little bicep there. We're already giving him tiny arms. Might as well give him a little bicep. And then this is just a cartoon, right? So just don't even worry about how accurate his hands are. And maybe he's reaching out. Have him reaching up with this other one. He's like, what's up, dude? There we go. How are we looking? Is it looking like a butterfly T-Rex yet? All right, so there's the first wing. See it? Maybe it has some polka dots on it. And now we have to give him a second wing. So it'd be behind there, like that. And this one can have some polka dots as well. Maybe they're fluttering, so I'll just give them some little motion lines. So we turned our red squiggle into a silly butterfly wing T-Rex. Although this also looked like he's carrying some eggs on his back. All right, so I did all that in pencil, never erased. There are some lines here that, you know, that I tried out that I didn't like, that I didn't darken them, but you don't need to erase them. You can just go back over it and darken it with the pencil, or if you really wanted to, if you had a pen or a crayon that you wanted to use, you could darken it with that. So start off light, and then when you're sure about the lines and you're happy with them, then clean it up with your marker. Obviously, if you have a box of crayons, you can color your finished drawing. So to give his, oh, don't forget this one. To give his skin some texture, one thing that you can do, oh, and if you wanted to at this point, you could obviously go back and erase the lines. I'm not going to bother. I don't even have an eraser on my pencil. It's not important to me. I can see what my drawing and I'm happy with it. And so to give his skin some texture, you can just every now and then, just give it some little smiley face shapes, right? So what that's showing me is that maybe the sun is coming down this way, and underneath all these little bumps on his skin, to show the texture, there's some shadow underneath the bumps, underneath the texture. Some of them might be bigger, some of them might be smaller, but that's gonna give me the illusion of texture. So even in a cartoon, you use very little lines. You just need enough to show the viewer your message, but you don't need to go into a lot of detail. Now, if we want to take it further, we can go and add some shadow. So again, maybe our light is coming from up here. It's coming down this way, all the sun rays. And so maybe we can do some lines down here, some cross hatching if we go back in the other direction to give us the illusion of shadow. I'll make these a little bit curved because his muscle on his leg is curvy. This leg might be in some shadow because it's kind of hidden, right? You can do that on his arm. Even another way you can do the shadow is just by thickening up the line on the bottom. So I'll just go give it a couple passes. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. But either way is fine. So there it is. We took a red squiggle and we turned it into a silly dinosaur. And then you have a whole other squiggle that you can turn into something else. Remember, in art, weird is good. So allow yourself to make silly mistakes and see what they turn into. And also, guys, look at this. Look at all this space here. I could continue to make a big background or a scene or a setting for him, or I could do a whole different drawing right here. So don't waste your paper. Make sure you're filling up the whole page with cool drawings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the book. I hope you have fun finding cool images inside of just silly squiggles. And sometimes when you don't know what to draw, all you have to do is start with a squiggle. We'll see you next time. Bye.